Hey, how's it going, Romanus?
Good, and you?
I am splendid.
Oh yeah, you seem like you're in a good mood.
I'm in a good mood.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man.
Why is that?
Because I'm excited to talk about this film that we're gonna discuss today.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
But no.
You know what? I wish that I didn't either.
Oh. Okay, before we jump into
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm hyped. I'm
Okay.
hyped. It feels like this review is going to harken back to one of my favorite reviews that we did last year a little bit.
Which one was that?
And I haven't been in the... I'll get to that, but I
Okay.
haven't been in this particular bag that I'm in right now in a while.
No kidding.
And I feel like we haven't delivered a review that we are about to give people today
Oh.
in a while. And I'm very, very excited to talk about this movie for that reason.
Okay, well, this is gonna be a very Davis-centric episode because I actually have an intro for you.
That's terrific. And I
have an
wanted to
idea.
apologize in advance for kind of hijacking the wheel on the conversation at times here because I really do have a lot of thoughts.
I'm used to it by now. It's okay.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna name a list of movies, and you're gonna tell me what they have in common.
Okay, that's
Okay.
new.
All right. It's 5 movies.
Is it an actor?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
let me name them, and then I'll you can guess. Apollo 13, Batman Forever, Casper, Bad Boys, and Johnny Mnemonic, which was, I think, with Keanu Reeves.
Okay. What was the first couple again?
Apollo 13, Batman Forever,
I got it.
What?
1995 release date.
Do you know what date?
I want to say Batman Forever. They all have a specific date. But because they all came out in 1995, didn't they?
They came out the same weekend.
June, right?
July.
July.
Your birthday.
What?
Yeah, those were the movies that came out the weekend of your birthday. That's the box office.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
They all came out my birthday weekend.
Yes.
On the year I was born.
This is a little late, but happy birthday, Davis. We
thank
love you. And
Thank you.
a part of this, I want to know, okay, that's the box office of the week that you were born. Baby Davis, till now. What do you think of your birthday box office?
There's some good ones in there. I have a soft spot for Batman Forever.
Okay.
Apollo 13 is a great film and also
Yeah.
pretty influential in the movie that we're going to be talking about today. Casper is a childhood favorite of mine.
absolutely.
I love that movie, actually.
Absolutely.
Apparently, they're doing a re-release for that this October for its 30th anniversary.
Oh, we got to see it.
I agree. And it comes out your birthday weekend.
Are you
For the
serious?
re-release, yes.
Oh,
Isn't that
okay.
interesting?
We should do this activity for my. I don't know what
I'll
movies
remember
came
that.
out.
I'll remember that. Well, I'll surprise you.
Okay.
And what was the Keanu Reeves one?
Johnny Mnemonic, and then the other one, Bad Boys.
Okay, I only recently saw Bad Boys last year when we did
Yeah.
our Juneteenth special on it.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Johnny Mnemonic.
I mean, that's the only movie on this list that I haven't seen either.
Okay, so we have that in common then.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's fun. You know what? I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Those are some good ones.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe when it's my birthday, we can grade who has the better birthday
Who has the
box
better
office
list
weekend.
films released? Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea. I'm gonna remember that. 95 was a pretty good year for movies, honestly.
I couldn't agree more. Like, even Apollo 13, like, you have a great balance between, you got a kids movie, Casper, you got the fun, like, nearly sort of B movie comedy action with Bad Boys. Batman Forever is, it's like the cartoon superhero blockbuster.
It was a reboot for Batman at that time too.
Yeah. 95, dude. That was a perfect
It
year.
was a good year for movies, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. And for
Maybe
us.
this set the tone,
Yeah.
for us doing this podcast a little bit.
Yeah, sure. Let's call it that.
Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Romanus, there's a lot of other movies I've actually seen recently that I really wish we were here to talk about today. We're planning to talk about Eddington next week, and to be totally honest, it's not a bad thing that we are kind of dragging our feet on having an episode on that movie because it's very important, but it's also a movie that I struggle to gather my thoughts on for a week or two after I saw the movie, because it's an overwhelming experience. But I also saw this recent body horror flick called Together with Alison Brie and Dave Franco. I don't know if you've seen any marketing for that movie.
Yeah, I've seen some, actually.
Yeah, it was very good. I very much enjoyed it. I don't know if you... I think you would respect it and have a lot of admiration for it, but I don't know if it would entirely be your cup of tea. But I enjoyed that one. And I saw The Naked Gun last night, actually.
It was good?
It was hysterical, man.
Ah, damn.
Like, it perfectly harkens back to, you know, those Zucker comedies when you had Police Squad with, you know, Leslie Nielsen comedies. You had Airplane, Top Secret, all those movies. And we talked about it on a recent episode about how parody movies are starting to come back. And this definitely sets that up perfectly. And doesn't lose that style whatsoever. Doesn't compromise, because it serves as like a legacy sequel for a classic parody film, but also it feels like everything you would want out of a parody movie without being. It's one part stupid, but the stupidity is so intentional, just kind of like those older movies. And plenty of perspective gags, super kind of not campy, but just raunchy a little bit, but hysterical. Liam Neeson was great in the movie. Pam Anderson was really good in it too. Paul Walter Hauser. I highly enjoyed it. Just hilarious time at the movies. I loved every moment of it. There are some amazing bits in that movie. Okay. And the movie just goes the extra length at times to commit to certain bits you wouldn't expect. Like, there's like a 5-minute bit dedicated to a Buffy the Vampire Slayer reference. They do a really good Mission Impossible bit at one point too, and I was dying of laughter. So, huge recommend for that one. If you want to go out, just have a really great time at the movies, go see the new Naked Gun.
Okay, I'll make sure to check that out.
But unfortunately, we are not here to talk about any of those better movies today.
Should we just jump into...
Yeah, we're going to have to get into this because I just have way too much I'm itching to talk about with this movie.
Let's talk about it.
So... From both of us here, my name is Davis Leaf. I'm here with my co-host,
Romanus Hutchins.
And this is the Loose Leaf Media Podcast. And we are here to talk about the 4th silver screen iteration of the Fantastic Four, subtitled First Steps, for some reason. And we saw this pretty recently. The movie came out about a week ago now. We've been sitting on our thoughts. I saw it twice, actually. You saw it when?
Just once. Like the day it came out.
Day it came out. Nice. Yeah. And yeah.
Let me read a summary. Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, the Fantastic Four must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald, Silver Surfer. Davis, what did you think of the Fantastic Four First Steps?
Sorry, I was just listening to your summary, and I was just thinking to myself, yep, that's the same plot as every movie, essentially, in this series. Especially Rise of the Silver Surfer. I don't really know how to perfectly preface this, but I guess I want to talk about what I like about the movie.
Okay.
This is definitely, I would probably say, the best in terms of quality, like overall production value for a Fantastic Four movie. For starters, the two things that are carrying this movie for me are the production design. Brilliant retro-futuristic production style to it. The quality that they put into the production design for this movie reminded me of the amount of quality they put into the Black Panther movies in terms of, like, they spared no expense of making this movie look like what they're going for here. And the movie looks incredible. The cinematography by Jess Hall looks really good in this movie too. The visual effects for the most part are pretty excellent as well. And Michael Giacchino's score kept trying to convince me that I was enjoying this movie. It's such a triumphant score, and Giacchino doesn't really miss. Like, he did the Batman.
Yeah.
And, like, this guy, he is fantastic at composing movie scores. And from the start of this movie, I was already like, I'm excited. This, like, that Fantastic Four. Could not get that out of my head after I left this movie. Like, it's really good, and it really kept convincing me that it's like, maybe I kind of like this movie. Maybe it's pretty good. So all of those technical elements I'm really enjoying in this movie. Some of the performances as well I really liked. But it's kind of hard to go into the performances of this movie without talking about the myriad of things that I did not like about this movie. So what did you think about the movie though, Romanus?
I'm shocked because I fucking loved it. I had a good ass time, and
man.
The feeling that I left with Superman, where I thought, good movie, but I don't feel like David Cornsweet was Superman. I just, and nothing wrong with the performance itself. I just like nothing. It didn't grab me. It didn't rise to my own expectations, which is probably my fault, right? Like I'm a much bigger DC fan than I am of Marvel, but especially I definitely prefer watching Superman more than Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, especially when it comes to like his treatment on screen. It's going to be a more interesting experience typically.
Of course. I had lower expectations of this movie in the sense of like I don't know that much about Fantastic Four except for the basic stuff. But I like the performances. I agree with you. The production was fantastic. It's very good. It looked amazing. Everything was jumping off the screen, even to the set designs, the costume designs. The Thing wearing basically sweater vests,
street clothes.
The Thing looks the best that it's ever been in any movie.
I can agree with that.
I really liked all of the performances. I don't know which ones that you didn't like. I love that Galactus was actually Galactus. It wasn't a cloud.
Oh yeah,
right. Like just how menacing the introduction of Galactus was.
My favorite scene in the movie.
Oh yeah, when like just you notice how massive Galactus is. Just
the towering that he's doing over the four.
Yeah.
And how he's just like shaded in the shadows on his big throne.
Yes.
His eyes glowing in the dark.
Right.
I was like, this is good shit. The whole sequence in which they're visiting and escaping his planet, or the planet he's consuming, is, spoiler alert, was my favorite part of the movie. Great scene.
And I would say that too. And what the Fantastic Four movies have been missing is that they are, space gallivanting.
They're explorers.
They should be, right? And it's a good thing that they did skip the introduction of the Fantastic Four.
I agree with that. The cold open before the title drop is also one of my favorite parts. That's just quickly going, like speed running through the background of these characters. It's like, and it's prefaced by that character that's like a television host. And he's just saying, we all know the story. Yeah. 4 people go up into space and come back with superpowers. And I'm like, I like this kind of tongue-in-cheek approach to it.
Yeah, they do like a Tonight Show introduction.
Very much so, yeah.
And it just goes to show. And the other thing, what I do appreciate about this movie is the just all of the promotion that they've done. So they have like, just advertising by the Human Torch, where he's got his own cologne, and then the Thing has, like a cartoon, and they're just like they're such great heroes in this world that they are like not they're fixtures in this society. They're everywhere. People love them. They're not like running away from the Thing. They're celebrities, right? Like we can skip past the point of like, okay, the Thing is scary. Like, yeah, he's saved us a ton, and
everybody recognizes him.
He's wearing a fedora in a right? Like the Thing is just walking around and shit, having fun. The Torch, even he's gotten past of like the initial immaturity. Like, yeah, he's kind of like the little kid brother of the group, but he's not. He does stuff, right? He's not a joke. He's not the butt of every joke, at least. Like he has charm. I bought the theme of family. Like, this feels like a family that is working together. Everyone plays their part, and by the end of the movie, when that family theme is tested, when their family connections are tested, it spoke to me. It was touching. This movie definitely worked for me, and it got me excited about Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
I wasn't sold after the Thunderbolts, but now I'm like, okay, I want to see where this universe goes and how they're gonna reset the Marvel universe. Am I gonna watch another 25 movies? I doubt that. I'll just look at the really important stuff. But I mean, even when they do the second Fantastic Four movie, I'll tune in.
Second steps.
Why not? Yeah, right. Like I'm guessing it's gonna come after the other Doomsday movie.
I think that's way down the line at this point.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't even think they know when they're gonna do something like that.
No.
I think what the studio is definitely doing right now is pouring as many of their resources into making sure that Avengers Doomsday is good. Mm-hmm. Which is tough because apparently the script for that movie isn't even finished yet, and they've been filming it for months.
So I don't understand. What can you be filming if the script isn't done?
Exactly. I saw an interview from Rebecca Romijn recently saying that she doesn't even know if she's completed filming her sequences for Doomsday yet because she reaffirmed that the script is not finished.
I hope that they're not shooting action scenes and then trying to stitch scenes together with some narrative on the back end.
I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen.
That's
what happened with this movie.
That is whoa, wait. Okay, let's just jump into what you didn't like about this movie because I feel like you're touching on a lot of things. Let's hear what you think.
Well, the number one thing I would say that I really just loathed about this movie was the script. Mm-hmm. I thought the script was incredibly messy and half-baked, like the most half-baked you can get with a script like this. And then honestly, the final result of this movie wasn't as bad as Fan Four Stick, but it reminded me of that movie in terms of, I just could tell that so much was cut from this movie. There were so many sequences that shouldn't have been way longer, and so much had been chopped the fuck up in editing for this film. Mm-hmm. And when I heard that this movie was going to take that kind of Silver Age, really Jack Kirby style with its retro-futuristic Fantastic Four approach, I was already a little bit nervous because I like that, for the comics, but I just didn't really see that translating perfectly on the screen. And I think visually it does, narratively it does not, because I couldn't help but spend a lot of time watching this movie and nitpicking. There were too many moments in this film where I just was sitting there thinking to myself, this doesn't make any sense.
Can you give examples?
Sure. I don't really like how the characters talk like they're living in 2025. Just there's no
meme talk.
Yeah, well, meme talk, but also they just don't sound like they're from the 60s.
Yeah,
Yeah, they sound like they're from today. They talk like they're from today. The way that I hate the dialogue in this movie. Almost every single line of dialogue spoken in this movie just did not feel natural. I was also kind of the Fantastic Four are very scientifically driven, and they should be that too because they're explorers, they're scientists, they're not superheroes, they're not militarized. One of the biggest flaws of Fan Four Stick, and one of the things that those original two from the 2000s got pretty right, is that they're depicted more as scientists. I couldn't help but stop thinking to myself, okay, number one, they need to go into the science of this a little bit more because I don't understand any of this whatsoever. And number two, this was a nitpick. Almost from the jump, I'm sitting there thinking, they're able to use all of their powers perfectly in street clothes. How does Johnny Storm just in a regular freaking shirt and he's going on fire and nothing is burning up on top of him? Are all of their clothes just tailored to their powers? Which is fine, but can you explain that to me? Because they make a strong point in the other movies that they need particular outfits tailored to their powers so that they can work with them.
I assumed that if the Thing has fucking khakis and fedoras and zoot suits, then the Human Torch has leisure clothes that he can also flame on.
And that's the thing. I can only assume that.
Sure.
I don't want to assume that.
Sure.
I want the science of how this works explained to me. With the Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, Michael Chiklis Fantastic Four specifically explains with the Thing that he had shoes custom made for his feet.
Yeah.
Because there are no shoes out there that exist that are sized fucking 32.
And then you have moments where they all get in the elevator and then the Thing is too heavy.
He's too heavy for the elevator. There's attention to detail with their powers there, and I felt like this movie had zero attention to detail with their powers.
So
they just have powers.
Right.
And for if this movie actually came out in 1960 and it's at the dawn of the Silver Age comic book era, I feel like they would be less inclined to explain those things, because this is such a revolutionary take on movie making, like for a superhero film.
Sure.
But this is 2025. People like me want things explained to them. If not told them, then shown them.
Right.
Even when I'm being shown their powers, I still don't understand how the hell that they really work.
And even when they're doing like the TV interview at the Fantastic Four Tower, if the interviewer asks like, "Oh, so Human Torch, like how are you able to like, keep your, flame powers without your suit?" And it's like, "Oh, well, like I have my clothes custom made." So
there was literally a scene from the trailer that was cut from the movie where something like that's happening.
Yeah.
The first trailer for this movie has like Reed Richards and Sue Storm entering into their home.
Yes.
In like a different format, like a 30 millimeter format. Being interviewed by somebody, and they're talking about their life and how the family dynamics, and that scene was entirely cut from the movie.
It was.
And I'm just like, there are a lot of scenes from the trailer that you could tell were cut from the movie. There was an exchange between Ben Grimm and Sue Storm from the trailer that was also cut from the movie. And I'm just like, this is what this movie needed, though, because I'm sorry, I felt zero character development in this entire movie. I don't know who these people are. I know who they are because the Fantastic Four are. I am very passionate about the Fantastic Four because they are my favorite comic book team. Like more than the Justice League, more than the Avengers. I love the dynamic of the Fantastic Four as a family, and I did not feel any of that in this movie. But personally,
so Davis, don't you think that this criticism that you have of the movie is what any movie in this genre will get if they don't do a superhero origin movie, right? Because like
no,
okay,
because that's why you have movies like The Batman that are detailing their history through different context clues throughout the narrative. When we meet Batman in The Batman, we don't necessarily know what his background is. We just know that he's a vigilante on the streets, beating people up in the way that he sees fit, in the way that he thinks is righteous. And then he is investigating his first crime at the beginning of the movie. And you get this one brief glimpse shot of him looking over to the child whose father was just murdered by the Riddler. And they lock eyes with one another. Now, as a Batman fan, you know how emotional that is for him to see this child that just lost his parents in front of him. As a person that doesn't know this, you know that it's going to be important still. Like, why is he locking eyes with this child? Like, why is that important to Bruce Wayne? And then as the movie starts to go on, you get background detail as to what happened to him as a kid.
Right.
And that's how you tell an origin story when the origin has already happened.
Sure.
I don't get any of that in Fantastic Four. I don't get those brief emotional moments because the movie doesn't have any breathing room. And certain movies, that's going to be okay. But the pacing in this movie is so bad because it should have been way longer to stretch out those details and that character development that I just don't feel like I have enough time to get to know any of these characters. I can't tell that Reed Richards and Ben Grimm are supposed to be best friends.
Fair enough.
I can't tell without them saying like 2 times in the movie that Johnny Storm and Sue Storm are siblings.
Sure.
I do know the movie does a really good job of establishing that Reed Richards and Sue Storm are a couple.
Yes.
And that's about the only thing that's well established between the family. Beyond that point, I barely can tell that they're a family in this movie, and I don't sense enough of their dynamics.
This movie, I think, was just a little over 2 hours, right?
It's under 2 hours.
It's an hour and
It's
what?
an hour and 15 minutes long. Or I'm sorry,
50.
All right, 55 minutes.
Oh, 55.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
it's one of the shortest films in this entire franchise.
And with a movie like this, I wouldn't mind it if it's like 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes. They could have had time. They had time to put in a scene or a few scenes like that where, Ben Grimm, The Thing, and Mr. Fantastic can have a moment together.
It's a retro-futuristic world detached from the rest of the MCU. You have every opportunity to kind of hit the reset button, and that's another part of the issue for me, which is not only do we get no character development, we barely get any world building whatsoever. We're shown that this is a retro-futuristic world, but I don't know how this world actually operates beyond the Fantastic Four. And that's important But this is such a huge opportunity to show you how everything operates in this world, how different systems are working, how the Fantastic Four work with the larger world, other than the self-absorbed point of view that we get of the Fantastic Four.
Well, isn't that the point? Like, in their world, a lot of the issues of the world are, the Fantastic Four is taking on, right? So obviously with the Silver Surfer, they are confronted very personally by the Silver Surfer. So obviously they're going to take on that issue. But shit, Mrs. Fantastic, right? That's her name? What's
Susan Storm?
Susan Storm.
The Invisible Woman?
The Invisible Woman. Why?
Mrs. Fantastic.
You know what it is? Because I keep thinking of the Incredibles, so I'm like Mrs. Incredible. Even though
isn't she Elastigirl?
Elastigirl. Jesus Christ, what is wrong?
Where are you getting this?
I don't know. But why is Elastigirl? She is a mom. She should not be Elastigirl anymore. Maybe Elasti-Woman. I don't know. Elastigirl.
That's
sounds
a good
better.
point. But they are retired in that point, so these were
enough.
like the names that they had when they were younger superheroes.
Okay, but fair enough.
And Incredibles, mind you, is also still the only good Fantastic Four movie. And I was annoyed with that movie in part when it came out because I felt like it was ripping off Fantastic Four. The funny thing is, in hindsight, but it was doing it well because we can't get a good Fantastic Four movie.
And you know what? If I can see where you're coming from, you see every member of that family have a moment with each other. So Mr. Incredible and Dash have moments together. Mr. Incredible and Violet have a moment together.
The plane sequence, bro.
Oh, come on.
The jungle chase.
Yes.
Just the first, that whole movie is perfect from start to finish.
Yeah.
And it's the same length as this movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to get back to your point, though. We've had a few Fantastic Four movies. At what point can we assume that the audience knows these characters enough and we can just dive into a Fantastic Four movie just without doing the origin story, without completely having to flesh out their relationships? Like, yes, the trials and tribulations that the movie is throwing you into should flesh out these characters, but are they going to have like this big character development, any like emotional change? I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure after a movie like Doomsday there will be, but I liked we don't have to spoil we're not in spoilers yet, but I felt like what the Fantastic Four were asked to do and the position they were put in by Galactus was
best moral conflict in the whole movie.
Thank you.
That I feel like the movie doesn't go far enough with.
Okay. And maybe we can get into that with spoilers.
Yeah.
You did make a point that you liked most of the performances. What performances did you not like in the movie?
Okay, for starters, Pedro Pascal did not sell me on Reed Richards. I think Pedro Pascal is a consistently good actor. I don't think he's ever turned in my opinion, a bad performance. I think he's a really good actor. I have talked about how I struggle to see his range a little bit on this podcast. And I think he still performs well in this. I think a lot of it is also kind of a testament to the writing too. He's fine in the movie as Reed Richards. I think that there's the way that he says things and a little bit his timidness, he gets very right in this movie. But I kind of feel this way with every other character too. I just don't think there's enough development of his character exactly. I needed a little bit more of him. But he's fine. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, however, I hated.
What?
Oh my God. I hated Johnny Storm in this movie.
Let's hear it.
And here's the thing. Everybody looks at the Fantastic Four. Everybody loves Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
He's charming. He's douchey. He's funny. But he's also, his core value, he is very compassionate about his family.
Yeah.
I feel like the movie tries to have him have those moments, and it just doesn't work for me. I think that his writing is not good in this movie. And again, I don't even think that necessarily it's Joseph Quinn, who I also think is a good actor. I just don't like his character writing in this movie. For starters, he is not funny in this movie.
No.
He is supposed to be the guy that delivers all the jokes throughout this movie. Not a single one of them lands. I think he was the most annoying character in this whole movie, and that's not the way I want to feel about Johnny Storm. His character should be annoying, if anything, to the characters around him, not to the audience or the page turner. Eben Moss is fucking incredible as Ben Grimm in this movie. I loved him as Ben Grimm. He's hilarious, and his bits land for me. But also, he's the uncle figure. He's supposed to feel the most compassionate out of everybody. He keeps Reed level-headed. He is there for Sue when she needs him even. And don't even get me started on Vanessa Kirby. Scene stealer. Incredible performance by Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. I fucking loved her. Really, my favorite performances were Kirby, Eben Moss, Julia Gardner as Silver Surfer is wonderful in this movie. And Ralph Ineson as Galactus.
Yes, and fantastic.
He was the, no pun intended.
Oh,
he
wait,
he was
wait,
that,
like in Fan Force Stick.
Fan Force Stick, yeah.
Like, say that again.
Wait. say that again.
Say that again. The best thing that came out of that movie.
Yeah. It is actually. That meme rocks. The minute I knew that Ralph Ineson, though, was going to be playing Galactus in this movie, I had zero doubts. I was like, that guy has the imposing voice of somebody that's born to play Galactus.
Yeah.
And he was. He was fucking great in this movie as Galactus. And like you said, I was just happy to see Galactus as Galactus in this movie.
Yes.
And he was done just right.
Yeah.
I did not have an issue with him until the third act. So yeah, those are the performances I really enjoyed. Really did not enjoy the writing of Joseph Quinn's Johnny Storm whatsoever. Pedro Pascal was fine, serviceable star power. That's about as far as that went for me. The cast is decent in this movie. But overall, I would honestly say out of the four, probably my least collective cast, though, out of any Fantastic Four movie.
Wait, hold on. Even Fan Force Stick?
I thought everyone was perfectly cast in that movie. I just thought that everyone's writing was terrible.
Yeah, fair enough. It's
because there's nothing really good about that movie.
No, yeah.
But when I heard that was the announced cast for that movie, I loved it. I was like, I totally see it for everybody here.
I would actually like to see that cast now that they're more mature.
They just were done such a disservice by that film.
And I don't think Fantastic Four as like body horror, edgy superheroes, like they need to it's like with the Superman movie and this movie, there needs to be some brightness. Like
I agree.
Yeah, they're doing the universe gallivanting, no like military, like that tone would be better for a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Right?
And there was even a lot of that in the 2000s ones as well, where they became very militarized, especially in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Fair enough, but even with those movies, you still have the like superhero comic book feel.
They're more vibrant. I think like this movie in terms of the heart value is what Fantastic Four should be.
Yes.
First Steps specifically. Yes. It should be focused only on these characters.
Yeah.
And I do want to see some world building, but I don't need to see them operating with like the military or anything.
No, fuck that.
did like the brief moments where you kind of see Sue trying to act as a diplomat.
Yeah, that was great.
World too, but I also did want more of that too, because that's how you build this world up a little bit more. How are the Fantastic Four actually impacting the world? We don't see how they impact anything beyond New York really in this movie.
Well, I mean, she does convince them for their first attempt at defending the planet against Galactus.
True,
right?
Like that is true. And I liked that.
Yes.
I like that concept because it's wacky and super Silver Age comic book.
Yeah.
And it's just a shame we didn't get to actually see, no spoilers, that thing happen.
Right.
But it's like, whatever, you know.
I think that if we go point by point, I will give this movie some leeway in a lot of they do, right? So like yes, we didn't see we actually see Sue Storm's diplomacy twice in this movie, right? Where even like
Subterranea as well.
Yeah. Right? Like that was a cool callback in the moment. Like Subterranea is, I think, even goes back to the Silver Age of comics, right? Where
very much so.
Like
that was about as silver. That concept is about as Silver Age as it gets.
Right.
The Mole Man.
And the writing, I will agree with you. Now that I think about it, a lot of it would have been better if the writers were more intentional with the dialogue of the characters. It would have been fun if, like, think about in Doomsday where they're going to like a different universe and they're going to our day, and then they're talking to Fantastic Four. Like, these guys talk like they're from fucking Mad Men or something.
Seriously,
that would be great. That would be awesome.
It's just like I needed a little bit more. Like there's bits, and I really did need some more subtlety at times too, when the movie knows when to be subtle and to do a bit. Like the first, like one of the better moments of dialogue exchange between the four is the first dinner scene where we see them together.
That's a great one.
And just Reed and Sue arrive in the room, and then Johnny's just like, "You're late," and they're like, "What? No, we're not. No, we're good. We're on time."
And
then the thing doesn't say a fucking word.
Yeah.
He just looks at them and then squinting for another like 20 seconds as they're rambling, trying to cover their tracks.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of shit that made me feel like they're really a family and they know each other and what's said and what isn't said. And then Ben just says, it's like, "You're pregnant, aren't you?"
That's a great moment. And I'll even challenge you with this, with Pedro Pascal's performance as Reed Richards. Is he a scene stealer? Absolutely not. But when he's preparing for the arrival of the baby, I feel like this is Reed Richards as a father. He is preparing in every other way except for being a father.
I agree.
He's like,
I agree.
He's making a report system where like they, it'll automatically alert the police when a Fantastic Four villain even arrives, and like he demonstrates that.
And he's just like baby proofing, as they put it, the whole world.
He's baby proofing the whole world while he assigns a robot to baby proof the actual place where the baby will be.
Yep.
And Sue Storm makes a point where it's like, I know that you have the robot setting up the little, bed for the baby, but that's something that you should be doing. And Reed, it's a good moment.
It is a good moment. I love moments like that between Sue and Reed. And there's like one very specific one.
Oh yeah,
like at the midpoint of the movie.
Yes,
that's like probably the best acting in general, like in the whole movie.
Yes,
like specifically just the scene between Reed and Sue.
Yes,
and it's great.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I need more moments with other members of the family like that, and then some. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's only brief moments like that where I actually feel like they are a family, and I just needed more of it.
Here's the other thing: we were kids when the 2000s Fantastic Four movies came out, but they do have a great chemistry. That cast has.
Are you kidding me? They
better
are
chemistry.
The chemistry between those four is so rich. And there's. I said tongue-in-cheek, but there's very tongue-in-cheek dialogue in those movies, too, that relate to their powers.
Yeah.
And it's pretty campy in a Sam Raimi-style Spider-Man movie sort of a way today, but it's charming for that time. And that's not really... I don't like to think it's just nostalgia talking. It was dialogue with more intention, in my opinion. And when you have Victor Von Doom saying things like, "Same old Reed Richards, always stretching for the stars, extending beyond his grasp." And I'm just like, this is so... goofy.
It's goofy,
but the movie knows what it's doing.
Yes. Chris Evans is a better Human Torch.
He is terrific in that movie. He's actually funny.
He's funny.
Like when he looks at Ben when he's at his lowest and just goes, "Where are your ears?"
when like he's flirting with the doctor and she's like, "You're burning, you're hot."
Well, thank you. So are you.
Yes,
and I'm not afraid to cry.
And it's delivered so well. And it doesn't.
It's sharp. It's
sharp.
Really sharp.
Those movies, they're not great, but it's not like they came out in the 90s or the 80s.
No.
Like we still remember those moments. So we're gonna naturally compare those movies to First Steps, and
even Fan Four Stick falls into that mold too. It's like because these are each a decade apart.
Yes.
Like this is like a whole decade in between each Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
And it creates a really good timeline for the evolution of these characters on screen.
It's a tough one. I still really love this movie, even though I understand all your criticisms. It just everything that you're saying, I probably agree with. It just didn't get in the way of me enjoying the movie.
That's fair.
We
were kind of on the opposite end when we talked about Thunderbolts too.
Oh yeah,
I really enjoyed Thunderbolts. You weren't a fan.
I was not a fan, and this movie looks better. It rises to the expectations that I have for a Marvel movie. It's bringing important names. Like Fantastic Four jumps off the sheet for me in more ways than just the Thunderbolts. And even
I agree.
Right? Like so I'm more excited to see this movie than Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts could have been a show that I didn't even have to see.
That's fair. I would definitely rather watch Thunderbolts.
Oh, wow. I feel opposite.
And it's funny because I saw this movie more than one more time than Thunderbolts.
You ever seen a movie that you just did not like, but you couldn't believe the reasons why you didn't like it?
That's exactly why I saw it a second time, because I was in complete disbelief. I was like, did I really not like this movie that much? I felt the same way when I saw Man of Steel back in the day.
Oh, man.
I felt the same way when I saw the first Hobbit movie back in the day. I was just like, did I really not like this movie? I don't believe it. And so, like, going into it a second time, I'm like, I kind of know what to expect now. Maybe I can, like, just kind of sit back and enjoy it. And I'm sorry, I disliked it more the second time.
Damn.
I was just like, nope, I can't get rid of my thoughts on this.
We are at 41 minutes. Do you want to get into spoilers soon?
Let's get into spoilers, man. Because there's a lot more things we need to be talking about with spoilers in this.
Okay, you started. Let's talk about it.
All right, transitioning into spoilers. Franklin Richards, that goddamn CGI mess of a fucking baby in this movie. It made me want to gouge my eyes out. It looked so bad.
The one part of the movie where I was like, okay, come on, my nigga, was when they have the scare that Sue Storm is dead. You know, she has done the heroic feat of pushing Galactus into this portal. And she's laying on the ground. It reminds me a lot of the scene where Iron Man saved the whole fucking New York, where he just flies a nuke into space, and he's flying like just falling to the ground. It's on the surface, everyone's just like looking over him, about to cry. It's like, oh, this is like their Avengers moment. How, like, is Sue Storm dead? Are we gonna go into the Doomsday movie without Sue Storm? Then Franklin, magic baby, God baby God, gets on top of Sue Storm, and I bullshit you not, his eyes glow up, and I guess he saves her mother, and then I don't know what he does. I think he's like winks at her at that point. It's so corny.
And then he claps after he
claps.
Fucking kill himself.
And I was like, oh God, you guys were so good. Why the fuck did you just do that?
Can I say something?
Please.
Oh my God.
Let's hear it.
I know I've talked about how frustrating the script actually is for me. I talk about how there wasn't enough world development, wasn't enough character development. My biggest issue with this fucking script is the predictability of everything that happens in this movie.
Okay.
Every single thing that happens, major thing that happens in the story, before it happens, I'm not bragging because I don't want to brag about this. I saw coming long before it happened.
Like what?
Okay. They go up into space and they go to Galactus.
Right.
I knew for a fact that the moral conflict was going to be
the
him
baby
asking for the fucking baby. And I don't know how much you know about Franklin Richards from the pages.
I know quite a bit.
Yeah, same. And so I was like, I knew what they were going to do with him, because the whole part, a big part of the plot is like trying to figure out, is he going to be, you know, molecularly advanced like the rest of them? And this is like, so we know that because it's Franklin Richards. He's kind of a big deal in the comics. And so I knew Galactus was going to ask for him. I knew that they were going to use the baby as bait. I knew that the Silver Surfer was going to fucking sacrifice herself in order to save the child. And I knew the minute that Sue Storm looked dead is when they were going to finally reveal Franklin Richards' powers. And so they dragged that scene out for so fucking long for what I knew was coming, and I just couldn't get emotionally invested into it because I knew what was going to happen, and I didn't feel any of it for that reason. The script takes no risks at all, and it was pissing me off. Every single moment this movie has an opportunity to take a risk, it does not do that. There's a moment where Johnny is finally talking with Silver Surfer, and we get a little bit of background with her, which I actually like that scene. It was the only scene in the movie where Johnny actually felt useful. And she tells him, take your family, take what you can, and leave this planet. It's already too late. I'm sorry, the bleakness in me, but the urge to see this movie take a risk was so heavy at that moment that I actually wanted that to be the ending of the movie.
Like,
I wanted to see the Fantastic Four decide, we can't do anything about this, we can't save them. Add weight to that moment where Reed turns to everybody after the return and say, I don't know if we'll be okay, and say, we gotta leave. And that's how they enter into Doomsday. Or, again, like you were indicating, Sue actually dies. Now, it would have been kind of problematic if they just decided to kill off their 2 lead women characters in this movie at the ending, but it would have been a risk worth taking. I don't know, but a risk nonetheless. And this movie has no risks that it takes whatsoever, and everything that happens in this movie is just way too predictable for my liking in the 4th fucking Fantastic Four movie.
Right.
And why is this movie called First Steps? This makes no sense.
Well, they're looking for this movie to lead into a reboot of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I could understand why...
Like Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, fair enough.
But there was an actual homecoming prom that was happening in that movie.
Right.
I don't know why this movie is called First Steps. It could be to indicate... Little Franklin Richards, but he doesn't walk ever in this movie. It could be to indicate that they're going out into space, but we don't see them go out into space for their first time. I don't know why this movie's called First Steps.
I don't know.
They can't even get the title right of this movie's writing.
I'm trying to. What was I gonna talk to you about?
I'm so done. Can you talk for a while?
Well, I don't know if I have anything to say as much as you. I love how angry you are, by the way.
Remember when I talked about like how I'm back in my hater bag again? Yeah, I haven't felt this way since Twisters last year.
Oh, really? Well,
I don't even hate this movie nearly as much as that one because I can admit good things about this movie. But there's not a movie that I've seen since Twisters that has got me. Well, maybe Gladiator 2, I guess I would say.
No, I was the one that fired off for Gladiator 2.
You did, but I hated that movie just as much. Well, not just as much because you actually loved the original more than I did.
Yes.
But yeah, we are on the same page with that film.
Fuck, what?
My bad, bro.
No, everything that you said, yeah, I could predict the movie too. Or at least I was invested in the movie enough where I wasn't like constantly trying to predict where the movie was going. But I've been there in times where I was so annoyed with the movie. I'm like, oh, I'm picking all of this. I know exactly where this movie's going.
And I just couldn't help it, man. There just came a point where I'm watching my Fantastic Four movie and I'm not seeing anything surprising whatsoever.
This movie actually makes me appreciate the Superman movie more. In the writing in Superman. Because no matter what I'll criticize about the performances in Superman, I couldn't predict where the writing was going. I knew Lex Luthor was absolutely the mastermind of all this, but I didn't
like how he was doing.
I didn't know that he had monkeys on Twitter tweeting bullshit about Superman, right? Like I didn't
just rage baiting, like a huge database of rage baiting
monkeys. I didn't understand
crazy funny ass stuff.
Right? They talk about how there's no more kryptonite in this universe, but I didn't realize until I saw Metamorpho on screen how they were gonna
incorporate kryptonite.
So
clever shit.
It's clever shit. It's stuff that's been done in the comics, but like it was great to see on screen. In Fantastic Four, yeah, it's a little more predictable. But again, I put all of that on Marvel needing a home run for this Fantastic Four movie to set up excitement for Avengers Doomsday. And
isn't that kind of problematic in and of itself?
Especially
this film's success to be like to base itself on Doomsday success.
It's especially problematic considering how they have not finished the script. This makes me nervous for it now because like you cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doomsday,
which is already its own thing.
It's its own thing, and oof, like. I don't know. I'm fucking nervous.
See, the approach for that just needs to be Infinity War, where it's just like all the other Avengers-related characters in the larger universe are secondary. Doom needs to be the main character of that story. Yeah. And we need to understand who he is. And since we're in spoiler territory, the uncredited scene made me very happy in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
That made me happy.
That like
probably the most happy I was the whole movie.
Doomsday holding Franklin Richards and his mask.
The mask?
Yes.
Like, so what also that kind of hopefully confirms for me is that they're not going to CGI Doom.
No.
Like, I want to see real Doom. Like, the fact that I see that, the minute I see that green cloak and that metal mask in his hand and Franklin Richards on his, like, lap, just, like, right next to him, I'm just like, I think Doom might actually be in full, we'll see RDJ in full costume as his character.
And the armor.
And I'm ready for that shit.
Same.
Like, I want to see that.
I want to see it. No matter how good or bad it will be, I want to see this magician beating the shit out of everybody.
Every universe in the Marvel world.
Yes.
Ever. And I'm like, sweet. That's how Doctor Doom should do. He don't play. He don't even stop in his own universe. No. He goes to other universes and kicks the shit out of them so they don't fall back on him. Because he's the most calculated villain in the universe.
Yeah.
He leaves nothing up to chance.
And there are calls. There's a earlier callback to Doom. Latveria, which
was I loved that nod.
Yeah,
that was great. They were dropping the seeds already.
It's the only country where the diplomat didn't show up to Sue Storm's speech.
It's probably because it's Victor Von Doom.
Yeah,
and because him and Reed Richards have a history that I'm sure that they'll detail in Doomsday.
Yeah.
Can I also? I'm not done.
Go off, King.
So I talked about how I really didn't like the third act of this movie, and it's because it was just a chaotic mess of different things splashing on the page. And part of me also wants to say it's just like, well, that's what you get when you hire the director of WandaVision. But I actually don't mind Matt Shankman, or I think that's his name, Matt Shackman.
The director?
Yeah, Matt Shackman.
Yeah.
Who directed WandaVision, but is also known for directing like 40-something episodes of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I know that he knows how to, deal with familial dynamics on screen and things like that, or just like a collective group of characters that are very family oriented. Especially a brother and sister dynamic too from that show. I don't think he's a bad director. He's got a really impressive television background as a director too. But I don't really feel like this movie was allowed to be his movie as much as it should have been. He visualized it so beautifully, and then it just got MCU-ified by the third act, too. It was just like this chaotic mess of destruction and damage and incomprehensible action sequences. And I think Galactus was kind of lost for me, too, by that third act, because I'm like, that middle point of the film, where we get this very Apollo 13 interstellar inspired sequence, which is the best set piece in the whole movie.
Absolutely.
Silver Surfer skating on the freaking rims of the wormhole. That shit looks cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
Even then though, like, my least favorite moment of dialogue is in that scene. And God, I almost walked out of the theater. I was so mad at this point. It was the moment where it's just like, oh, we can pass through a time dilation, and then Johnny Storm's just like, oh, where is the dilation? How large is it? And then fucking Sue Storm has to go, is it bigger than mine? Right as she's giving birth at this moment, and I'm like, I almost left the theater at that point because I was like, that is so fucking stupid. And the only reason this scene needed to have dilation written in the script was so that stupid ass joke could happen. And again, the minute they said that word, I knew they were going to make a fucking bit about it. Because they had to.
Yeah.
How could they not? And I love everything about the idea of them trying to escape Galactus and the Silver Surfer through a fucking wormhole, all while Sue Storm is giving birth. And Johnny is trying to shoot her. Ben is trying to shoot the Silver Surfer. And Ben is trying to drive the ship.
Yeah.
And fucking Reed's trying to deliver the baby. And just, the scene wasn't ruined for me, but it was just almost the most perfect moment in that movie, if not for that goddamn piece of dialogue. That was the worst dialogue in the whole movie.
I kind of fucking loved it. I don't know. This is where I am prone to hating bullshit dialogue too. Like I'm there with you. But again, I think I was having too much fun with the set piece.
Set piece is great.
They are on the edge. They are on the edge of an event horizon of a black hole, and Johnny Storm is trying to shoot laser beams at the Silver Surfer.
And they're like curving because they're in the wormhole right now.
Yes, because the gravitational pull of the wormhole is bending the light of the laser.
It's so good,
I'm like,
bro.
oh
It's
my
good
God.
Shit.
And then Johnny Storm has to like be sort of creative. Like, okay, if the light is bending, then maybe I can shoot like in a different direction, but the light will bend to hit the Silver Surfer. Oh, Davis, Just loved it.
Even the moment, like right when they're like getting off of the planet that's destroyed, and Silver Surfer just phases right through the ship and almost gets her hand right through Sue Storm's pregnant belly to snatch the baby. Boom! They take off in light speed. Yeah. And I'm just like, hell yeah. But then she catches up to them, and we get this amazing light speed chase. Yeah. And you know, the thing is, I don't hate this movie. I just hate this movie's script. I think this movie, everything else about this movie is so well elevated. It's just the script that's so inconsistent for me. And I didn't like that. And something I didn't like about Galactus in the third act was just the fact that I felt it was too uncanny how we go from this like very shrouded figure on his planet that looks larger and more menacing in that middle point of the film. And then he's in broad fucking daylight walking around in New York City in the third act. And I'm like, this is too uncanny for me now. It should work because very Silver Age style campiness to it. But at this point in the movie, I'm like, I've been trying to take this seriously for so long, and this movie's not doing me any favors.
You know what would have been better is if they, instead of during the day when Galactus comes, he comes at night.
Yeah, that would have worked for me a lot better.
It would have reminded me of like sort of Godzilla movie.
Oh yeah, wouldn't the Gareth Edwards one?
And then it's like Galactus's music.
Do you remember that the best shot in my opinion from that Gareth Edwards Godzilla film where like it's just a big wide shot at night and we see the thunder cracking and we just see the silhouette of Godzilla between two buildings? That's that shit, man.
They could have done a lot better. And then imagine like I don't know, maybe it's raining, right? So the Human Torch has to like have all of his powers in the rain. Like just like there could
create some inventiveness.
It could be like, just remember in the Star Wars The Phantom Menace when Anakin is in like the jet and he has a helmet on and it fits him perfectly. Wouldn't it be better if there's an adult helmet.
Never thought about that.
There's an adult helmet, and like he has to fly the jet, but the helmet is too big, so he has to like
keep readjusting it.
Keep readjusting. Like there should just be little moments like that in the movie where it's like, oh, of course, like he's getting into adult starship.
It's because this movie has very little attention to detail like that.
This movie does. Like just create moments where, okay, like Galactus looks great in the dark, right? But during the day, he looks like a motherfucker in a goofy costume.
Literally.
So why don't we just make it like nighttime? We can have like not necessarily a callback to Godzilla movies, but it has that same sort of mystique of even like Pacific Rim where like a lot of the battles,
they do happen at night.
At night.
But it's also like very neon style in Pacific Rim too. So there's like a lot of color and vibrance to it. And there is a lot of colorism in this new Fantastic Four film. Yeah. Okay. Or no. Color.
There's
Yikers.
There's a lot of racism.
There's no black people in this movie,
there was a lot of Jim Crow during the 1960s Fantastic Four. Like, come on, Sue Storm. Well, this is
that's why there was no black people. Very in this movie. Ideal. That makes sense.
Well, the Sue Storm's buddy.
Her like PR assistant or whatever. I don't know what she did in this movie.
I don't know either. I don't know.
She was listed as like one of the main cast members too. Same with the television host, and I'm just like,
why? Okay. Yeah, like it's the Fantastic Four. Let's keep it small.
Natasha Lyon was in this movie too.
Who?
She was like Ben Grimm's love interest, the teacher character.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Who I don't even think she was playing. Fucking
the blind love interest.
Yes.
No, she wasn't playing that.
Silver or something. I don't remember her character name.
I don't remember either. But
Kerry Washington played her in the original ones.
Everyone remembers Kerry Washington.
I remember Kerry Washington. That was fun. Yeah. I miss Kerry Washington. I've never seen Scandal.
Me neither.
Really?
Yeah. I've never Every black woman I know has seen Scandal though.
Same, honestly.
Yeah. Right. They just, hey, black ladies, let us know if we should watch Scandal.
Maybe by association, did this movie need more Kerry Washington to save it?
Every movie needs Kerry Washington. I've never seen Kerry Washington and been disappointed.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
she's a great actor.
Why not?
I like her.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? I don't know if I have any more than this at this point.
Well, I love your anger.
Like I said, I didn't hate the movie. I just really didn't like the script. And scripts will make or break something. And again, this is what you get when you have 4 fucking writers in one movie.
Yeah.
But it's just going to turn out to be a potential mess. But the movie had effort put into it, and that's why I say that this is the best Fantastic Four movie, but it's still bottom tier MCU movies for me.
I think, even to your point about the director, how many Marvel movies have we seen where we feel the fingerprints of the director on it?
Not enough.
Ryan Coogler for the
definitely. Gunn for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Sure. Joss Whedon, I would say, for the Avengers movies.
How many did he direct? Just the first one?
Just the first 2, yeah.
Okay, so...
But I think in hindsight, those movies have more of a distinct vision than even Infinity War Endgame do.
Right. Age of Ultron definitely sets up a lot of hostility between the Avengers that goes into...
Which was a different direction.
Right, yeah.
But it's like when you have those moral conflicts that are introduced, they need to be expanded upon. In Fantastic Four, that moral conflict exists between them somewhat, especially in that exchange that we alluded to earlier between Reed and Sue,
right,
which is one of the better exchanges of dialogue in the movie. But the whole moral conflict doesn't expand beyond the Fantastic Four when you're talking about the security of the entire world. And there is maybe 120 seconds where the movie wants to entertain that notion when all the citizens of New York are at the doorsteps of the Baxter Building and saying, give up the child, give up the child. And I'm just like, that's fair. But they should become pariahs at this point, and we should see the full extent of how much they become vilified because they're not willing to sacrifice their child for the safety of the world. And then Sue Storm goes out and makes a speech, and everything's okay now. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, yeah, I'd still be like, okay, lady, I know that's your kid, but there's this
that's what I'm
giant
saying.
Who's you're telling me is gonna swallow this planet.
Literally.
Right? Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care how revered they are in this world. Nobody would just drop it and think that they could get the job done when a fucking space alien is coming to Earth and saying that your planet's been marked for death. You have 1 month to live. Peace. Give up the fucking kid.
Yeah.
Give up that CGI monstrosity of a child and save us all.
Damn.
Nope. Every moment. Almost every other moment. Pretty much every other moment in this movie, I was just like shaking my head. Just like, no. Can't buy this. Don't buy into this.
With that, Davis, would you recommend our audience go see Fantastic Four First Steps?
It's a crowd pleaser. I saw this with a very large crowd in IMAX. Nobody laughed at the jokes, but I think everybody walked away relatively enjoying themselves. So I think I enjoy being in a theater of people that are excited to watch a movie. And for the most part, I did feel that during Fantastic Four, and I feel like most people will still get that similar experience with a large crowd for Fantastic Four. It's the best Fantastic Four film. To me, that's not saying much, and it's not a very good movie all the same. But I think that it's a fun enough time at the movies over the weekend. So go check it out. I honestly may watch it again still someday down the line, and I may learn to appreciate it a little bit more and look past its flaws. But as of right now, I'm not feeling it. How about you? Would you recommend Fantastic Four First Steps?
I would recommend it, especially... I feel really good about the summer blockbusters this year with Superman and now this movie.
Me too.
I went in with, I feel like, good expectations, and I feel like I saw 2 pretty good action movies. And I want to go back to what I said about Superman. It's like, okay, I feel like kids have a Superman movie that they can watch and enjoy. With this movie, I'm like, yeah, this is a family fun Fantastic Four movie where
I agree.
Like, I think we're gonna see a Doctor Doom that is faithful to the comics, and we saw a Fantastic Four that was more faithful to the comics. Right there, the movie wasn't dominant with the space adventuring that I probably...
It's only kind of a second act thing. But the thing is, it was like the first time that this franchise was really... that this Fantastic Four films were really willing to go there.
Yeah.
With that cosmic space exploration side that these characters are known for.
Yeah. And I if that was half of the movie, I would have enjoyed it more.
Same.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
I do think after talking to you, there are some minor changes I would have made. Like, it would have been cool to see the Galactus fight at night.
Mm-hmm. I do like that idea.
Like, some more... I was satisfied with the moments between the team, but, like, more personable moments between Ben Grimm and Mr. Fantastic. Sure, like, I'll take more of that, especially given the short runtime of this movie compared to other Marvel movies.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm exhausted after this review. I don't like hating things, but this was fun. Maybe I should hate more.
Maybe you should.
People, I swear to God, though, if y'all don't listen to me hate for the last over an hour, because y'all love it when we hate.
Our hate videos do amazing.
They do so good.
Yeah.
And we've only kind of loved movies this year.
Yeah, this is the first movie where we criticized.
This is like, I mean, you weren't too... You weren't too lovable on Thunderbolts.
No.
But you didn't really hate it.
No.
You weren't just like trashing it.
No.
Like, I went in on this one.
Yes, you did.
Should we just, like, watch a movie soon that we both really despise just to hate on it? Just to kind of have that. We won't tell them what we're going to watch.
Okay, but we'll figure it out later.
We'll watch that new Tyler Perry movie, Straw.
You don't want to watch Tyler Perry movies.
Of course I don't want to watch them.
Yeah.
But that's because I would not like them.
There is if we're choosing one Tyler Perry movie, though, I have one that we could watch.
I'm sorry I even brought this up.
Fucking abysmal. Just brutal.
You were making facial expressions I have never seen you make before.
Man, I think it's Divorced in Black. I don't know.
The heck?
If our audience members want to provide a movie for us to hate, please.
Send it to our links.
Yeah, send it to our email.
I don't even remember the name of the email.
looseleafmedia95@gmail.com, I believe.
Yeah, send us a recommended movie that you think that we wouldn't like so we can just tear it apart, because that could be fun. It's good to break things up a little bit here.
Yeah.
But hopefully next week we'll talk about 2 movies, original films that we can have some encouraging words on, and if not from your end, then at least they'll be original movies. So that'll make me happy. But from the both of us here, this has been the Loose Leaf Media Podcast. My name is Davis Leaf. I did this with my co-host,
Romanus.
And we will be back next week to talk about a couple of original films.
Bye.
Take care.